Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and there goes Regine's hat. There it is.
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very, very special episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And I am, of course, your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown. And look at how festive we look, Regine.
Very.
I gotta say, you look at that. You're it's like a Mrs. Claus type dress. And I'm wearing my ugly Christmas sweater, but it is Mario and Luigi themed. How nice is this, eh?
It's very colorful.
It's very colorful. It's very, it's just a beautiful thing.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
That's what it is. We got the eggnog literally right here.
Hey, and you know what? Mario and Luigi, I just realized they're Christmas colors.
They are.
Red and green. I guess that's why they put them on a sweater. Look at that. And you know what's nice about this one is that it's actually like embroidered. Like, you know, some of those those.
It feels expensive.
Yeah. I spare no expense for this show, people. But yeah, because you know some of those ugly Christmas sweaters, they're like it's just printed on. Like, it's not actually an embroidered sweater.
And they're itchy.
Yeah, like this one is an actual this is the real deal.
He's feeling himself today, guys.
I'm feeling myself, everybody. Regine, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I didn't do my intro, but I'm good.
Oh yeah, hang on. The one, the only.
Regine Alaina.
There we go.
Sunday, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave comments below because, excuse me, our guests are really into chatting with you guys. So make sure that you.
Yes, and we have the chat open here. I'll say.
Oh, there's
good
people.
Morning. Oh,
good
shout
morning.
out. Oh, there we go. Good morning, Mike Brown. Good morning, Eileen. Hi, how are you?
Yes, this place is very festive.
And I'm saying good morning, everyone in the chat. So hello to everybody watching, whether you're watching here on YouTube or if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on DLive or if you're listening after the fact on Spotify, which I hope you are. Just so you guys know, the show is available on Spotify. So add us on your playlists and share some time with us.
I guess they're already making their own eggnog.
Well, that's good. That's what we want to do. That's the thing. It's
Christmas.
Should we bring in the guests right away and then we can continue with things?
I think we should.
So ladies and gentlemen, the guests we have today are very special.
Why are they special?
Well, I mean, for starters, Regine, the people in this room now, they're not just guests of the show.
Oh. But
they are also like my nearest and dearest lifelong friends.
I hope one of them is a lifelong friend.
Well, pretty much. Long enough. A lifetime. A lifetime. They are the members. Yes.
They're actually always on the show. I don't know if you realize this, but they're actually behind me every week.
Several members of our guests today are right here and right here, actually.
Told you.
Hanging right here on our set. So yeah, these guys, they're a rock and roll band.
Oh.
From Toronto. They've released 3 studio albums and 1 live album over the years. They've opened for a lot of really, really awesome acts, including the Edgar Winter Group, Bedouin Sound Clash, The Stereos, to name but a few. And
you sound like you really know these guys.
I know them pretty well. Why do I know them, ladies and gentlemen? Why do I know them? Because, ladies and gentlemen, they are my band, Symphony of Nine. Hello.
They were actually louder than this before we went on live. Yeah. So guys, get part of the conversation because some of them want to talk to us. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
You know, it's funny. I just went to I thought I updated this, but I didn't. So I was like, hey guys, check it out. Here's Symphony of Nine's Twitter.
It's Siggy. Siggy, I didn't know you were a part of the band.
Siggy was on last week, and I guess it didn't update.
So do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, guys, who do we have here? Who are you people?
Well, I'm Colin Campbell,
Mm-hmm.
keyboardist and guitarist and backup singer to Scott's Symphony of Nine.
Okay.
I'm Gio. I play the bass.
And I am Taylor. I am the drummer and vocalist of Symphony of Nine.
That's right.
And who are you, sir, sitting next to me?
Oh, and I am scottdionbrown. I am the lead singer and guitarist in Symphony of Nine.
And fun fact, we were all in one video together.
That's true. We were all together in the 1,000 subscriber special.
Which I won.
Yes.
Taylor won.
Yeah.
That's right. That was pretty fun. That was it was, for people who haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. It was a race where we got a whole bunch of remote control cars.
I think it was more of a race for them to actually be running around with the cars.
Yeah, that's the thing. We actually had to race. We actually had to physically run around the track ourselves.
Yes, that is correct. We did have to actually run.
But yeah, I ordered us some remote control cars on Amazon, and we did a 1,000 meter race. 1 meter for every subscriber.
Mm-hmm.
You people right there. 1,000 subs. And yeah, that was pretty fun.
Did you lose any subs after you released it?
I lost all of them. I lost all of the subs.
Well, you lost the race, though.
I did lose the race. I did. Taylor won.
I won.
In fact, Colin, well, that's the thing. Colin was winning the race the whole time. Because Colin's car was just faster.
Yes, Colin's car for some reason was just much
Yeah, for
faster.
some reason it was the car. Yeah.
It was the car. It was definitely not the driver.
But
I
then-
felt bad.
Yeah, but then Colin, that's the thing. So Colin, in the final stretch on the race, suddenly, something changed. Taylor was able to, what happened there? How was Taylor able to catch up?
He got
Colin, how
cocky, that's
did I-
why.
Don't get cocky,
Well, you
kid.
tell me.
Well, you got cocky.
So Colin's first, he gets the final jump on the track. He decided to go over the jump backwards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because he was so far ahead, he started doing donuts. Remember, he started doing donuts in the middle of the
He
track.
started doing tricks.
And that allowed Taylor to catch up.
Yeah, to just pass. And then
That was like
win.
right at the end, too.
Right at the very
the
end.
Yeah.
In the final 3 meters.
And you sabotaged me.
Yeah. And then that's what the most satisfying moment for me, my favorite moment of the race, was I was in last place.
For the entire race.
the whole race. No, there was one moment I managed to get
you did pass.
But yeah, I was in last place for pretty much the entire race. And then right at the end, Gio was going to finish third. But then after Taylor and Colin had crossed the finish line, they re-entered the race. They turned around and drove back into the race and took Gio out.
Yeah, you crashed into me.
Crashed into Gio's car, and I was able to finish fourth. I mean third. I finished third. So it was a wonderful thing.
You guys should watch it.
Yeah, find it. It's on my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, go check it out. My 1,000 subscriber special.
After this episode.
Yeah, well, obviously you don't want to miss this. So what are we doing here? We have it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it's just like we had this last year. On last year's Christmas special, we also did
We've had 2 Christmas
eggnog.
specials. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
This is our second Christmas special, although this is the first Christmas special in this
YouTube.
location.
Mm-hmm.
But so what we've got here is we've got a little bit of the old
What is
eggnog.
eggnog?
I don't actually know. A rich and creamy holiday classic made from a traditional recipe
But what is eggnog?
with cream, spices, and a touch of rum. Speaking of that,
Milk, sugar, water, frozen egg yolk.
frozen egg yolk. So is it like raw eggs in here?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the nog.
I get-
of
That's what
the
the nog
egg.
is?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
nog.
We're eating the nog.
It's actually so nog is actually Dutch for
Oh.
frozen yolk.
Oh, did you just make that? That was something
Yeah.
you just made up right now, right? Wow. Okay.
I think that's been true for about the past 25 seconds.
25 to
25 to
26
30
seconds.
seconds.
If you
Exactly.
guys know what eggnog is, can you leave a comment down below?
Yep.
Is Taylor right? I think
I don't know.
it sounds right.
Oh, shout out QMSI. Check it out. So, yes, your comment was first on D Live. Hi QMSI. Shout out to you, and also shout out to
Ice.
Mike. Oh, I get it, Mike. I like your name. It's very funny. Do you guys see who his name is? Can you guys see it from there?
No.
Oh no, you're not seeing it there.
No,
It's
no.
it's ice-uck-mike-ock. Ice.
I got it.
Okay, anyway. So we are anyway, shout out to you both. Thank you guys for tuning in on D Live. We are we're starting the day off right. 11
Gingerbread?
Yeah, this is Captain.
Does it actually smell like gingerbread?
I don't actually know. I didn't smell it yet. Captain Morgan's spiced rum spiced gingerbread rum.
So this is how you make eggnog?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so
This is a tutorial on how to make eggnog.
all right, you having some, Regine?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
So we're getting things started here. So let me do a few quick shout outs. So some of the stuff I got into this week, I did a few collabs with some other artists. So Barry Szeto, shout out to you, and you guys should check him out on YouTube. Barry, BarrySzeto. He released a version of This Christmas, and I'm playing guitar on that, and I also produced the video for him. So who wants a nog? There you go. And I'm on that, and then he also did a duet with Michelle V.
You didn't put it up.
There's already plenty in there. Why is this so high?
Yeah, it's very
okay,
full.
it's for
very
Taylor.
full.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have it.
So it's a bit.
It's gonna be terrible.
No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
put a
ginger.
lot.
Does it smell like?
Oh,
Is it really strong?
it's so noggy.
That's good.
It is. It smells good.
It does kind of.
Like I would
I
buy
guess
that as a
it-
candle.
It kind of tastes like kind of smells like gingerbread. Like
Well, especially
because
because you forgot your cinnamon. I guess it makes up.
Yeah,
for
we
it.
have no nutmeg or cinnamon, so it's not quite the same.
I forgot to bring that down.
It's okay.
Anyway, shout out to Barry Szeto and Michelle V, because they did a duet together of Senorita, the big song. So, and I'm playing guitar on that as well. So go find that on there. And
What else did you guys do this week?
Ice
putting
Ock
so much
Mike Ock says
Eggnog.
he says that
old
eggnog is
milk.
old milk. Is that true? Is it really old milk?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I thought old milk just goes sour.
It could be old milk.
Is Gio doing okay over there with his eggnog?
It's like half rum, half eggnog.
Isn't that the recipe? Does everybody have eggnog now?
There's more here.
Oh, do you want some? You do, right?
He's drinking his coffee.
Okay, hang on. So that's we just finished off this carton. It's old milk, eh? All right. Well, maybe I don't know if that's.
It doesn't smell.
There must be something. There must be something else in it to keep it from like. Maybe they add sugar and all that
Oh,
stuff.
for sure.
Is that too much?
I think a little bit.
He's not driving.
Is that too much? No?
Well, show the camera.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
I just put like a little bit of eggnog.
And there you go.
You're good. You're good.
Show the camera.
Pretty good.
Nice and noggy. Here you go. I'll fill it.
That's good. That's good.
What are you guys gonna drink all that?
He is now.
Well, I put a lot of rum because I figured it was a larger glass. Anyway, everybody, cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas,
Cheers.
everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you
Cheers.
Yep.
Cheers.
They're too far. They're
Cheers,
too
Regine.
far.
There you go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Are we allowed to be drinking on live TV?
Well, this isn't TV, so,
Okay.
so I think it's okay.
It's only 11.
Where do you think we are?
I think we're okay. We're okay. Okay, so let me think. Any stuff I wanted to get to? Oh yeah, so my YouTube channel, I just posted a new video, and it's only exciting
unboxing.
if you want to watch an unboxing
It's
video.
not exciting.
But I posted an unboxing video of a new audio interface that I purchased.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
See there it
Whoa,
goes.
whoa.
I didn't find it.
Audio
interesting.
interface.
Like how?
Settle
Like
down.
what kind of? What does it do?
It's the Scarlett 2i2 from Focusrite, and it allows me to record directly.
Santa Claus has arrived.
Hello, Mr. Brown just came down. Hello,
Do you
hi
want-
everybody. So it's the Scarlett 2i2 interface, and it allows me to record audio.
I think your dad wants some eggnog.
Oh, does he want some eggnog?
Would you like some eggnog?
Oh, keep going. Anyway, so it's so what the thing is, so I did an unboxing video and I did a review, and it's a
Yeah.
great piece. And if you're looking for audio, if you're like a YouTuber or like a streamer on DLive or Twitch, and you're looking for a way to upgrade your audio, I really recommend the Scarlett 2i2. The interesting thing though is
What's so interesting about it?
well, the thing is about the actual audio interface itself, nothing. It's not interesting.
Oh
It's just a
wow,
piece of gear.
that's
Oh,
great.
good.
But
I'm great. We're talking
no,
about this.
no, no. But the thing that I don't understand is somebody disliked the video.
Yeah. I don't know why.
No, but like,
It's not.
This isn't the kind of content I'm here to see.
no, but like, but have you ever watched? Like, I've watched a few unboxing videos. Like, usually it's for an item that I'm thinking of buying, right? Or like, or I'm thinking, or like I want to know more about. You know, you watch it unboxing, or like I remember when I was buying my new phone, or when I was planning to buy a phone, and I was so excited about it. I watched a bunch of videos, like reviews and things, but I never watched an unboxing and was like, no, I didn't like that.
Well, maybe he
just
just,
like,
or they just didn't like the video.
So,
but to me, it's like,
Have you
what?
read YouTube comments?
That's true.
so basically, what it says is someone's like, "Oh, no, what I really? Oh, there's a review on it." And they started watching it, and then they bought it, and they're like,
No.
"I shouldn't have bought this."
Yeah, maybe he didn't
That's
like
what happened.
my recommendation.
He didn't like your recommendation.
I mean, I guess there's just something about like they probably just didn't like, you know,
Maybe they just didn't
Me.
like your video.
they just didn't
at
like
all.
me.
They just don't like you.
They just didn't like me.
To be honest, I watched it. I was halfway through and I got really bored. But I didn't
What?
dislike it. I
can't
just
believe it.
didn't like it either.
Wait, this wasn't exactly the type of content you don't you usually watch stuff?
I don't watch unboxings of sound.
So if it has one viewer, you know who disliked the video then.
That's true. Yeah, you one person.
So find out who he is.
All right, we have a question from on D Live.
Okay. There was 45 views, by
Mike,
the way.
I'm just gonna call you Mike, because I do actually quite appreciate
I'll
your
call
name.
you Ock.
Awk.
So Mike is asking, what are your thoughts about TikTok?
Thoughts on TikTok?
I've never tried it.
I've never used TikTok. Have you guys? Any of you?
I know what it is.
No.
I've seen TikTok videos like
Yeah.
on like Instagram or Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never personally went onto TikTok.
Is
Yes.
TikTok supposed to be like the new Vine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
probably a
looks
good way
like
to
a-
describe it. It's
Yes.
TikTok is it's kind of TikTok. It's kind of it's taking the place of what Vine used to be. Short videos. Yeah, my only experience of TikTok is, yeah, like Taylor is saying,
Just
kind of
seeing
those
reposts.
and like those collaboration, not collaborations,
We get
collections or whatever of videos. You know,
Yeah.
what is it called? Like
it. A collaborative.
no, it's not It's not collaboration. It's
It's a-
called a
It's a
compilation.
collaboration of videos.
compilation.
Compilation.
I've watched TikTok compilations, and they're funny. I mean, the ones I like the most that seem to be is like when people like they'll add a I don't know what they call it on TikTok, a response, but it's like interacting with the video in some way.
Yeah.
So like, and there's been some weird ones where like someone will stick out their arm and then the arm goes on, so it looks like the arm is like super long all the way along. Some of them are funny. A lot of it is just ridiculous.
That's 99% of the internet.
Yeah, that's true. So my thoughts on TikTok. I mean, I don't personally have any interest in like getting TikTok.
Me neither.
I'm indifferent about it.
Yeah.
I could
don't
picture you
know.
doing TikTok.
I can do a lot of things,
Yeah.
but I can't see me doing TikTok. There's just too many apps already on my phone.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think I mean, it's not really the case, but in my mind anyway, YouTube is like things have to be a bit more polished, and that's kind of more what I like. Like I like things to be a bit more, you know, like this show. See how like
Yeah, like everything's running super smooth.
the
and
show is
perfect.
just, but you know what I mean? It's just like a little bit more. TikTok for me, it's a bit too loose for me to be personally interested in it. I just
He
can't
says
see
that
myself
now and
getting
then
it.
watch 2020. He's gonna have a TikTok account.
Well, we'll see. I mean, thing is, what's
That's Scott
interesting.
Dion Brown TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before
I mean,
someone
we'll
else
see.
takes it, I mean, you might as
Someone
well.
else might. Someone else might steal it. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. TikTok. I don't know. Mike Ock, are you are you on?
Make an account at Scott Dion Brown so he can never have it.
What's
We'll give you
interesting?
500 YouTube points.
What's interesting is if he does that, that'll be like the first time where I couldn't just get the straight up Scott Dion.
Oh,
Brown
I
at
should
the
do it.
beginning.
Hang on,
There you
BRB guys.
I'd be fine because I honestly I don't see myself getting one, but I don't know. It looks funny, and I enjoy the compilations when I see them on YouTube, but it's not enough for me to get into it myself. I don't think I will be diving on there. But thank you for the question, Mike. Ice Uck. I do like his name.
Use his full name.
Yeah. Oh, and also, yeah, use my full name. Show some respect.
Mr. Ock.
Yeah, Mr. Ock. Anyway, thank you for your question.
So I have a question, and I'm bringing it back to you guys because I remember one time, one time I did introduce you guys at Canada Top Choice event.
Yes.
And while you guys were preparing, I did ask, why is it Symphony of Nine when there's only 4 of you?
Yeah, in fact, that's the best one for Colin. Colin, what's the story behind the name Symphony of Nine?
Well, I think there are different versions of this, but I think the truth is that there really is no story. I think well, you probably remember better than I do. I think you literally were on the phone together.
Well, I remember I was always constantly listening to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which still doesn't make sense.
That's what I listened to all the time. And I was like, that is my favorite symphony. No, yeah, that's true. In fact, the thing is about the name is like, I don't even think we liked it that much.
Well, I still don't really like it. I mean, I don't think any of us like the name.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, there was a point in time at the peak of our
at the height of our stardom.
Height of our stardom, our careers. You actually encouraged us to change our name to. We said we rebranded.
The worst name.
No, that's
like
the Star Wars.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the
it just
name that
never
we.
happened.
What was the name that you
So we'll get to that. So first, so basically the storyline behind the name is that there isn't one. We kind of came up with it. It's not based on anything. It's nothing. I don't even know.
Nothing. It's nothing. There is no.
It's nothing.
And but I remember the plan was like, because we came up with it in high school, and then I remember the plan was like, oh, but once we graduate, we'll come up with like a real name. We'll come up with a real name later. And but then by the time once we did, I was just like I don't.
Continue.
I was just like I don't want to. Oh, we lost our H.
Yeah, it's now sit down with Scott Dion Brown.
I destroyed the
Should I put the
sign.
H?
So then we should
H
reveal it.
between the S and the I.
Ty, sit down.
So wait, no. Then we should address what just happened back there. So before you should notice.
I'm so sorry.
So you can all notice that it's quite a festive set. Look, we've got garlands hanging.
The garland destroyed the sign.
Shout out to my mom, by the way. She made these 2 stockings for us with Scott and Regine's name on it. But just before today, when we were like setting up,
I kind of knocked over a few letters.
Regine was kind of hanging some.
Don't do it.
Scott actually says that from time to time.
Just block it with your head.
Scott says that from time to time.
Wait, Regine was in the process of hanging some garlands, and
I knocked over a
it
few
knocked off a
letters.
couple letters. So we did do a quick repair, but I guess it's not totally permanent. And now Colin put the H exactly where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
Looks good. Anyway, okay. So anyway, what we were saying is, so the name was nothing. We were gonna change it. Mm-hmm. And then I wouldn't say it was.
There was a point in time where we actually literally opened up a dictionary and looked at different. You remember that? We were here in this studio.
Yep.
Looking for different names, and we just couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah, we did. We did have a bunch of names. I remember Gio came up with a bunch.
I tried to save it from the name that you came up with.
So in the end, okay.
What were the names?
Well, I think one of the names that we considered was Phoenix Fireball. It
was no, that was more like we said the name.
Yeah,
but that was
did
never
not-
going to.
we
actually
voted against
be
it because
the name.
Scott had a better name.
Wait, what were the other names before?
There was a bunch of other
So like
names.
you know the band Kiss?
Yeah.
How like they're like.
Were you gonna do Hug?
Kiss
I'm
is
kidding.
huge.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? Like, oh, it's not like spicy enough. So Scott figured, ooh, what about a hot kiss?
Oh my god.
So
that's
there was a
embarrassing.
brief moment in time, and there's actually a secret like single EP out there that very limited run.
That's true, actually. That's true.
Very limited run EP out there.
Well, we performed. as
We
Hot Kiss.
performed
played
one
that
show.
Okay, so
as
yes.
Hot Kiss.
So one day the name came to me. It wasn't based on the band Kiss. In fact, what's weird is I never even thought about the name the band Kiss when I came up with it. But I just thought of, Hot Kiss. Hot Kiss. Hot
That
Kiss.
sounds
One word.
like a great
Not
name.
2 words. 1 word. Okay, you're right. Looking back, it's not a good name.
No.
All right. I'm willing to acknowledge
We don't even
this.
need to look back because we changed our name immediately back to.
So, but you don't know what? I think at the time I was just looking for like something like a kickstart or something. Like I was feeling like a little
Hot
stagnant
Kiss was that a
creatively. Yeah,
kickstart?
because you know what it was. I remember I thought of it and then I was like, let me see. Like, is that website available? I was
Oh
like,
my! Did you
oh.
purchase the domain?
yeah, I did.
Oh my
We still
god!
own it.
You made
Did it-
merchandise.
Yeah.
on that name.
We did. We made buttons.
You
Yeah.
made merchandise
So
on
I went.
that name.
I basically. I kind of went all in. I went all in on the name, and we did play. We played one show under the name,
Oh.
and on that show we did
How
print.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Was it a sold out show?
Well, they're all sold out.
They're all
so-
sold out shows.
Okay.
There you go.
fine.
Oh look,
only-
hey guys,
we don't-
comments.
Hot
Hot
Kiss,
Kiss.
was my favorite name for your band. I know many people who also enjoyed the name. I missed the name.
Thank
and
you.
who commented
Thank
that?
you very
Who
much,
was
Eileen.
the, oh.
Thank
Oh,
you,
Eileen. I don't know. Who's Eileen? That's just one of
Eileen
our
is a very.
long-term fans.
Eileen is a highly intelligent person, of which she is correct. And but yeah, it was but yeah. So we played one show, and actually we played a gig. We played a gig at Harborfront Center downtown,
That's the one I'm
Yeah.
thinking about.
That's
yeah.
and
So that's the only one, right?
and we sold a CD. So somebody out
Someone
there,
has the Hot Kiss.
somebody
I bet
has,
it was
It's on
on
eBay.
eBay.
It's on eBay.
somebody out there has the Hot Kiss CD.
Was it
featuring-
your mom?
No, it wasn't. We
It was
didn't know
actually.
her.
It was
We
like
didn't know
It might
her.
be
was
one
like-
of the users, Mike Brown.
Might
I
be.
think it might be- yeah.
No, it was a random person, and I remember at the time I was like, oh yeah, make find us on social media and all this
So
stuff.
embarrassing.
So that means if she went out and found us,
or he.
and then literally like a week later we were like, we don't like this name. So that means we just like to her, we just disappeared.
Or him.
It was a
No,
woman.
it was a woman.
Maybe it
a woman.
was this Eileen person.
Maybe it.
It's a possibility. It was.
Maybe.
So
But,
that CD's out in the wild.
So that's out there. So
Someone owns
Please
that.
send it back.
Someone owns that.
please, we're issuing an official recall on that, and we need it back immediately,
Yeah,
or we will
I actually
press-
don't remember when we decided to
change back.
change back.
You sent,
It was-
you
it was,
sent
like,
me a
right
text
after.
And you're like, by the way, the name is back.
Well, no, because
Wow.
so if you guys recall,
No, but everybody
It
was
was like
happy.
right after
Every-
the show.
Taylor,
Long way
can you
home.
lift your mic just because we can't hear you properly? There you go.
can you hear me now?
yes, that's much better.
You can lower.
Oh,
Can
wait,
you hear
I
me
can't
now?
Hear you. Am I supposed
Yeah,
to
I
hear
can't
you
hear
here?
anybody on the
How come I can't?
Yeah, I
hear
can't hear
this?
them at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I only.
Wait.
Is someone
wait,
talking right
Do you
now?
guys hear anything in the headphones right now?
I hear you.
Can you guys
Yeah,
talk?
I
Can
You know
you
what would be
guys talk?
really funny? If we've been muted this
No, you're not. I
entire
can
time.
hear you guys. I can hear you.
I hear you
Okay.
guys.
I can hear you
guys.
guys through
I hear you
the
guys.
through my phone.
But I'm not sure why you guys
Yeah,
don't.
I don't hear anything in there.
Yeah, I hear
you.
you. I don't hear Geo.
You know why? You
I don't
gotta
hear Colin.
Oh,
install
I
the
hear
new.
call. I hear
Oh, wait.
Colin.
That's why you
Now
got
you do.
Now,
You know why
oh,
you didn't enable?
But I still can't hear. I can hear myself though. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
It's fine. I hear you.
You know what? The
We can
problem
hear you
is
guys on the actual
You
show.
didn't buy the proper audio.
Yeah, you didn't
interface.
buy
Yeah,
the-
Scott, you're unboxing.
Oh,
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's why.
That's why you got that dislike.
Well, that's why. Yeah. He was
Now
like,
I know why you don't have your band on, because they just like to tear you down the entire show.
yeah. What is this?
I don't
What is
mind it.
this?
I don't mind it because it's usually me. So now it's nice to have other people do it.
No, it's
That guy noticed what you did.
Yep. Mike noticed what you did.
Yes, Mike Ock. It is. It is that exactly. No. Okay. Yeah, you missed it. We had a little problem with our H. We were doing Christmas
My
decorations.
bad.
We were doing Christmas decorations, and unfortunately, the garland smacked into the H and knocked it off. And then we had fixed, but then it fell down. And Colin fixed it for us and put the
Sorry,
H in a
guys.
new place. Colin put the H in a new place. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, back to you guys.
Yep.
So you guys have been going as a band since high school?
Yeah.
We started in high school, right? Yeah.
Whose idea was it to be like, yeah, guys, let's put a band together?
When did we?
The concept. I think the concept started maybe even a little bit before high school. Maybe.
Like I kind of remember talking in like grade 6 or 7
Yeah.
about playing in a band together.
And then when we went to high school, then they had the whatever it's called, the
Our spirit assembly.
Spirit
That's what it was.
Yeah, spirit assembly is. I don't know what is a spirit assembly. I guess the best way
It's
to.
like talent show.
It's like a talent show, but we had them every month. So whether you were acting out a skit or performing a song or like a dance
Yeah.
or a poetry reading or an aggressive painting on stage, you were able to perform that
Yeah, basically about.
for your peers.
Yeah, basically like once a month. I think pretty much every month.
Once
they
a
had
month.
them.
Once a month.
So anybody could audition to. It was just a performance. So the whole school's there, and
Like
you
a
can
talent
perform.
show?
Yeah, pretty much.
talent show.
It was like
even
a,
if you weren't talented, you,
you kind of do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you still had to audition.
Yeah, do audition.
Yeah.
everyone made it though.
Oh, yeah.
I guess.
But that's really where the band started. We just started playing. You do one song in that show. So we came in and we did like a single performance. Our first performance ever, we played
Fever Dog.
Fever Dog.
Fever dog.
Fever Dog from the movie Almost Famous.
Yes.
Almost Famous from
I remember we weren't sure what to play, but the movie had just come out, and we liked the movie, and we chose the worst song from the movie.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, probably.
Yes.
Well,
But
it was the easiest.
It was also the
song.
easiest
It was
one
the
to play.
easiest song.
Yeah, exactly.
We
It
were
was-
not very good.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind, at this point, I was not in the band.
That's right.
I witnessed that
Oh.
performance.
yeah.
But I was not currently
Because you were too
performing.
young. You were like
Yeah, he
3
was-
years old.
Yes, I was 3 years old at the time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. So we all went to the same high school together. Well, me and Colin have known each other since grade 2, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I think it's grade 2. And then we met Gio in grade 9.
Yep.
And then Taylor
And
I
then
met.
Scott, me and you, I think we met when I was born.
We met, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
give or take.
Maybe
For
a little
those
bit.
that don't know,
Give
Taylor
or
is
take like
Scott's
a day
brother.
or two.
Yeah.
Give or take a day or two.
Give or take a day.
Wait, we're brothers?
Surprise!
This has just been revealed.
What a coincidence.
It's been revealed.
Taylor's been on our show multiple times. He just opens the door. He's like, "Oh, hello."
That's true. Although not on camera. It's the first time on camera.
That's my first time on camera, which is
But,
why I prepared
Yeah. Yeah,
a lot.
exactly.
He's been ready to roast you since we started the sit down.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, so our first performance was the Spirit Assemblies. And then we
When
started...
did Taylor come into the band then?
Well, Taylor came in much
We were
later.
really
Yeah,
desperate
way
for
later.
a drummer.
We would have... We just
Yeah.
We
taken,
actually kind of were.
We
weren't
needed someone that was convenient,
Yeah, so in
close
fact,
by.
we've had a few drummers come and go in this band.
Yes.
And your brother was here the entire time, and you didn't think
Yeah,
to be
well-
like, "Hey."
well,
Like I said, we were really desperate.
No, I wasn't classically trained as a drummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there is about a 15-year age gap between me and Scott.
Me too.
So
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
so essentially, Scott had his high school band, which was the fellas next to me, and they were Symphony of Nine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my own high school band as well,
That's true, yes.
where I was also a singer and guitarist there.
Yep.
And then eventually, you know, I always looked up to my brother until, you know, I got older and realized, like, why? and but I was at every single show. I was at every single rehearsal because they were in my house.
Yeah, we rehearse. Yeah, exactly.
And eventually, the current drummer at the time, he would be late for rehearsals, so I would just just kind of
Jump
start
in.
playing the drums and
Yeah.
just kind of jam with the guys. And then eventually, there was just no drummer, and I was the logical choice, as I had
You already
been
knew
to
your
pretty much
songs.
every single show. I knew every single song, and
Yeah.
there was about a half-hour gap of Symphony of Nine not having a drummer.
Yeah, it was actually a good up because I remember I'm not gonna say our last our last drummer, we had a different drummer and he was a good drummer, but yeah, I guess I don't know, he lost interest, whatever, blah blah blah. So he kind of just he started being late, not showing up, blah blah blah, and yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
so
like-
annoying.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So we'd all be in the room ready to go, and then but we want to start jamming, and so Taylor he just sort of he would jump on the drums at that time, and we just. So yeah, like you said, he knew all the songs, and then the thing is, and then one day our drummer just sort of
You do realize you're telling the same story. Just
yeah. But didn't he like send us an email?
I
Like,
don't remember.
I remember
Quick
he,
Yeah,
Properly?
he sent
Emails
in
back then.
his resignation.
he did a
it
formal.
was.
He did quit though. Didn't
Yeah, he quit, but I remember it was like he quit through like sending us like kind of like a formal email. I remember that.
That
It
was
was
nice
like
of him.
He didn't want it to bite him in
The butt.
the behind years later.
I guess, but like even like the wording was like semi-professional. It was kind of like I remember
Bring it up and read it for the audience.
Yeah, just
Load up your email.
What's funny is I probably still have it somewhere. Anyway, so he left, and it was literally like, okay, well, all right, Taylor, jump on. And the big upgrade, of course, for me was that Taylor sings, right, and he can harmonize. And so actually, what was interesting was, it's like we lost our drummer for a half hour, and then we gained a drummer and a singer,
Nice.
which helped a lot because then we were able to add a whole other level of harmony on there, which was cool.
So do you have any music that are you guys gonna perform live today, or?
No, we're not going to perform live today because, I mean, to put it simply, we haven't really played live in a little while, and we didn't have time to rehearse
You know
beforehand.
what? Let's just do it. No,
I'd be down to see that live.
You know,
no, we
They're
can't.
confident. They're
They can.
confident.
I mean, we probably could. I just didn't want to make it so that our
But they
first,
want to.
but I didn't want to make it so that our first performance, or rather, our first time playing together in a while was like live in front of everyone.
So should we have them back?
Yeah, like
next year?
our first performance in a long time shouldn't be live.
No.
Exactly.
I don't know how to play anymore, so
Yeah.
I gotta learn again.
I forgot all of it. I forgot everything.
So what are we gonna do?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is Oh wait, hang on. First, I want to address this.
After that.
Well, I'll tell him we'll answer it after.
Mike will answer you later.
Yeah. Mike, I actually am glad you asked this
Which
question.
mic is this? Which mic are we?
This is
referring
Ock.
This
This
is-
is
oh,
Mike
okay.
Ock.
Okay.
This is Mike Ock.
Michael
Mike
Ock.
Ock.
Michael Ock.
Is
Michael
this your
Ock.
dad?
Michael
I'm
Ock.
kidding.
Yeah. But Mike, we are going to talk about that because actually what's funny is he just asked us what do we think about the new Star Wars movie and Baby Yoda, and we actually all four of us watched the new Star Wars yesterday.
And
so
also, I guess you may have noticed all of these Star
Star
Wars
Wars
paraphernalia.
items. Yeah.
yes, exactly. Like this is
Everywhere.
I don't know if can they see
Yeah,
it from
they
your
can.
angle?
Well,
Yeah.
there you
Scott,
go.
really? You purposely put them there.
So yes, this is actually not just a Christmas special; it's a Star Wars Christmas special.
Which is
So-
interesting because I've never seen Star Wars in my life.
There you go.
So that's when Regine's just going to take a walk for about
Yeah.
2 hours.
I'll
or so,
be back.
and
So-
we'll call her back when we're done.
So we are going to address your question, but first, what we're going to do is we're going to check out a video. We're going to watch a song. It's a video we released a little while ago, but it's a song of ours that's available right now for purchase, or you can listen to it on Spotify. We'd love you guys to add it to your Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
It's a track called Water.
And Scott's gonna turn down the back.
Oh, yeah, good. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to turn down the background music because I've kind of...
Wait, there's background music?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
music playing in the background. right now.
Oh,
You guys
look at
can't
that.
hear it, but
Look
it's
So
at
playing.
fancy.
So I'm going to kill the
to?
music.
They actually can't hear us right now.
They've been watching a silent movie the whole time. Anyway, so guys, please sit back and enjoy as soon as I can find it and it's ready. Yeah. So please enjoy Water by Symphony of Nine.
Suddenly it's over. Gather your life up and get lost. I just don't think I can take it. Don't see how we make this line uncrossed. Stay on the outside. I'm of sound mind when you're gone. And take home your brown eyes when they meet mine. I lose my resolve every time. Every time. Suddenly she finds me. It's like water under the bridge. Somebody behind me. It's like water under the bridge. And so I meet her after 5. Make a table on the right. Keep my eyes straight down on my menu, on my rice. Remember all those screaming fights and how she always must be right. Till you see a reflection in your body knife. Stay on the outside. I'm of sound mind when you're gone. And take home your brown eyes when they meet mine. I lose my resolve every time. I'm out of my mind. Suddenly she finds me. It's like water under the bridge. Somebody behind me. It's like water under the bridge. I'm out of my mind. Suddenly she finds me. It's like water under the bridge. Every time somebody behind me. It's like water under the bridge. I'm so out of my mind. Suddenly she finds me.
We're back.
We didn't move
We
it.
I did.
Yeah, he moved it.
I just don't know how.
We'll wait until it switches.
And
to
we
us,
are
or-
back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. Hello.
I
Hi.
think Colin's out of the shot now.
Did you guys? Well, whatever. We'll
Sorry,
fix
can you
it.
just put their mic on so we can fix their camera?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's. Yeah. Oh, no,
There you
that's
go.
way better.
Perfect.
Way better.
Perfect.
Okay. Beautiful.
Wait, hang on. Go back.
Oh my goodness.
Colin, your lips are so pouty and red.
Oh, you know, I think
Is that the color balance that you
No, like literally.
I think the.
Oh my
Why would
goodness.
you do that?
I think the saturation is kind of turned up a little bit, Brett, on your eye. Because I wanted you guys to look so nice and luscious.
And festive.
Oh, you guys
Anyways,
look nice.
that was
Anyway,
brought to
Colin,
us
that looks like
by
you have really like your lips look so hot. I almost want to
Hot
kiss them.
Kiss.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, anyway,
Oh.
that video, the music video we just watched, and you know what, this whole show, to be honest, was brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers, Regine.
What are you doing? Stop.
And you know what? Here's a good question for
not
you,
drinking.
Regine.
Yes, Scott.
Too much
Do
rum
you?
Mute their mic.
I'm muting their mics. We're doing the ad break, people.
keep filling.
Oh my goodness. That was yes, Scott.
So, Regine, the this whole show, okay, was brought to you by our following fantastic advertisers. Okay, Regine,
Yes, Scott.
are you do you want to know what your home is really worth?
I could. I
Are
think
you-
you gave these guys too much eggnog.
Are you buying or selling your home, Regine?
I could be.
Then Jennifer C., realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone, Regine. Speak to a professional.
Yep.
Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. And to see her current listings, you can check out visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Simeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. What? He'll give you an offer you can't refuse.
I can tell your band doesn't watch our show.
Oh, they loved it. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6955. And finally, it was brought to you by the wonderful Jewelry Forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East, Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. My mom actually brought a watch to him.
Brought two watches.
Two
to
watches,
him.
watches that have been broken for years, and she just wasn't sure where to bring them. She brought them to Jerry, and they're fixed. Beautiful.
And the best part is if you tell Jerry or anyone really there that Scott and Regine sent you, you get 15% off.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas time is here. You still have a few days. Get over there, mention the show, say Scott and Regine sent you, receive 15% off your purchase.
Yes.
So thank you so much to Jewelry Forever. Check them out, find out more at jewelryforever.ca. And of course, Regine,
Yes, Scott.
if what you're gonna do.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to advertise on our show, it's simple, it's easy. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad@gmail.com. What better way to start promoting your business in 2020?
That's right, and it's a great way because, for starters, we do the show live, which means you can customize the ads week to week. So if you have a special or an event coming up specifically for your event and you wanna promote it or talk about it, you can. All you got to do is let us know, and we can change it week to week. It's a great way to personalize the experience with your potential customers.
Exactly.
So get in touch. radioshowad
At gmail.com. And we're back.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, with Symphony of Nine. Hi, guys.
Hi. How's it going?
Hi.
So why don't we let's talk. Let's address what
What everyone's
Mike
been
said.
waiting for.
Yeah, well, Mike, Mr.
So
Ock.
you guys have seen clearly on the screen, besides the eggnog, you have seen some Star Wars themed-
Paraphernalia.
And if you've seen Taylor's shirt,
Yep. Taylor, show me your shirt. Can you see it? There you go.
Damn.
We got a stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
We got an R2D2 bank. It's
Don't
really
drop
heavy.
it.
It's actually full of coins. I forgot.
I
it
wonder
was
how
full
much
of coins.
money is in it.
How about
Millions.
you guys
Oh, it
just stop
actually is.
talking about my secret change stash?
Oh.
Now we know.
Oh, there you go. But it's in fact, you know what's funny? This is not an official Star Wars thing.
No.
That was like, it's made of like,
Porcelain?
yeah, and I bought it at a garage sale
Oh.
years ago. Somebody was just selling it. It wasn't even
I
expensive.
bet you
think.
they regret selling it now.
Yeah, well, it's here on the show, so there you go. And we also have an ATST there.
And then
And we have, of course, the X-Wing, Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and Luke is actually in there. I don't know if you can see him, but Luke's in there. He's in there. Shout out to Addy Guy on D Live. Yes, a cozy
Hey.
Christmas stream. You are correct, Addy Guy. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, so yesterday we went to the
They
theater.
went to watch.
Yeah, Regine. So Regine has seen zero Star Wars. Like, you've seen nothing of Star Wars, not a single movie.
None.
But
Your brother's looking at me like, what the hell?
so like you're just like empty inside.
Well, here's the thing. So I grew up in the Disney princess craze, and so
Just to correct you, Princess Leia is a Disney princess.
okay, but she wasn't a Disney princess back then because
true.
Star Wars just bought. I mean, it was just
Disney
bought and
was just
buys. Yeah.
Fair.
So I grew up only watching Disney princesses. I grew up watching Sailor Moon. So to me, I knew
you
nothing
were just
about.
in a different world.
Yeah, and if like so, my dad is not into Star Wars. My mom is, but just never introduced me to it. But now my brothers, who are a lot younger than I am, are all caught up with Star Wars.
There you go.
I just never got the Star Wars bug. Sorry.
Well, so the four of us, we bought our tickets quite in advance. In fact, that's thanks to Colin. Colin was the one who kind of was like, "Guys, Star Wars is coming."
I have connections. So.
He's got connections with. He called up
John Cineplex.
John Cineplex.
Mr. Cineplex, and just bought us some good seats.
So we saw the movie last night. So this is to address. Well, we were planning to talk about it anyway, but I'm glad you brought it up, Mr. Ock, so that we could talk about it. Yeah, in fact, here I've got a picture. Here we are,
I
ladies
saw
and
your
gentlemen.
picture.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? There we are. There we are yesterday at the cinema. Look at us. We're all using the
Yes,
Force.
Scott.
you
What's your Force ability?
I don't know what I'm doing.
What's your Force
I
ability?
think he was.
Honestly, I thought you guys.
He's
I
planting
thought,
a tree.
I thought more of you were going to the ground, and I
Nope,
looked at the photo
just
after. I'm
you.
like, I'm just like a little creature there.
You're like BB-8. You're just.
I'm a little BB-8, a little BB-8, just hanging out, and you guys are all using the Force. So we saw the movie, and well, okay, let's straight up.
Maybe
What-
to set the tone, we'll just say that we all really enjoyed the movie.
Very much.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Enjoyed the movie.
Oh, and also I will say as well, we were talked about it beforehand. We're not going to do any spoilers because it's one we're live, and also it's like it's opening weekend, so like it's pretty
No
likely that a lot of people.
spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. That wouldn't be fair to everyone that's come out. But spoilers like Jar Jar.
It was crazy that Jar Jar Binks.
It
And
was
Darth
crazy
Maul.
that Jar Jar Binks and Darth Maul showed up.
That was
which
nuts.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, me neither. That was crazy.
That was so crazy.
But yeah, so no spoilers, but we might spoil a little bit about Last Jedi just because as we're talking, because honestly, a lot of the reaction to this movie is, I think, contingent on how people felt about Last Jedi and how this movie now continues from Last Jedi. So we'll probably talk a bit about that. But what I will say is we liked it. We did like it. I think
Yes.
all of us are kind of in agreement that we all enjoyed it. In fact, I might even say I loved it. I think I might have loved it.
Like I would be very. I want to go see it again.
Wow.
I very much want to go see it again.
Yeah,
and
I'm totally-
relive the magic.
I'm totally down, actually.
Yeah, like that would be a fun show.
Maybe even today. I don't know.
Like we already bought tickets.
We're gonna go right now.
Like,
should
you know what?
leave.
We'll
Okay,
see you
bye
guys
guys.
later.
See you later.
Honestly,
This has been the sit down.
yeah.
Thank you.
Honestly, the more we talk about it, I kind of almost like we could. Although, do you think we'd be able to get tickets? Are they all sold out still for the weekend?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
we'll call it Mr. Cineplex, and we'll.
Oh yeah,
see
we'll use
what
the same
can do.
connection.
I know my parents, like my whole family watched it on Friday.
But did they buy the tickets in advance?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kathy R. She says Kathy loves Star Wars and Disney princesses.
Oh, and great tune.
Great tune. Water. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's on Spotify if you want to give it a listen. It's there. And also same thing with Mr. Ock. He said he enjoyed the song as well. He said he was vibing to it. So that's cool. So anyway, movie. What can we say about it without spoiling it?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 9? 9 or 8.
There you go.
Well,
Probably
it's
Probably
episode
8,
9, so it's a solid 9.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I mean, it wasn't perfect. It had its,
there were
uh,
mistakes
It
in
had
it,
its.
Well, because remember, it had to clarify things and clean up things from the previous film
yeah.
to make sure that it was still like a flowing story.
In fact, I guess we should also mention like I think we're all like none of us really liked The Last Jedi, which was the previous movie,
yeah, it
right? Like,
wasn't-
I loved the last.
how dare you?
How dare?
It was all right. Like it wasn't. I don't know.
It was yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too much into it, but I just, for me, The Last Jedi made a lot of choices that I wasn't a fan of, and also I just think it wasn't that good.
It just wasn't that good of an actual movie.
Like I remember we saw it together. Me and Taylor looked at each other immediately after the movie. It's like credits start rolling. Me and Taylor looked at each other, and our face was that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Wrong one.
That's the
hit
face.
wrong
That's
thing.
the
that's
face.
the face.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
face.
We went to, no, our face was to do your face. It was like, yeah, and I was like, I was just like, it was fine, right? Whereas at the end of this movie, I was like wiping my eyes,
I was like,
and I was like, that was,
Can you show it?
yeah, like, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
yeah.
You know, and so I mean,
Like it made Star Wars great again.
Okay, so
Like
for someone,
that was how I felt
Yeah.
at the end of the movie. I was like, saga finished.
I would agree.
so for
fantastic.
someone that hasn't seen Star Wars, would you recommend me watching this one or watch other ones first?
Well,
would
you
still
definitely
recommend
can't watch
watching the
this
others.
one.
I don't know.
You
I
definitely
don't
have to
know.
watch the
But
other
what I
one.
will
Like-
say is, even if you know nothing about Star Wars and you watch this movie, it's worth the price of admission. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
entertaining. It's got the action.
It is entertaining. You'll just be extremely lost.
Confused? Got it.
In fact, okay.
Noted.
In fact, what we should mention. So for somebody who's like Regine, she's never seen Star Wars. So what order should she watch the movies in?
I would say you should watch them in their original theatrical release,
Okay.
just because, like, as much as I have done it multiple different ways, like recently with the whole release of Disney Plus, I decided to start at episode 1 and go all the way through all of them until I had to watch The Rise of Skywalker. But for a first-time viewer, I would suggest going 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then
4, 5, 6,
7,
1,
8,
2,
9.
3.
Yeah, because that's the order that like the very first Star Wars that came out was 4.
Oh, okay.
So you watch that trilogy 4, 5, 6.
So the original
Yeah,
trilogy,
and then 1, 2, 3, and
Then
then
the
and then the
prequels.
new ones.
and then the currents.
And then in terms of like the side stories, just watch those after. Like they're not really that important.
like they're not, but like if you do decide to
If I ever
go
decide
from,
to watch
from
Star Wars.
exactly, if you ever decide to watch Star Wars and go from the beginning, you could do it in like their like proposed
Chron-
release
like the
dates,
chronological-
order.
and that would include the
would
holiday
in-
special in there as
Yeah.
well.
Don't watch the holiday special.
So do and don't.
I mean, first of all, the holiday special is hard to find because it's like that's one of the few things that's like
It's not
no,
on Disney Plus.
We're not putting that on Disney Plus. No, nobody gets to watch that. But I think there are versions of it on YouTube because I've seen it. It's not the holiday special is just nothing. You don't need to watch that.
Got it.
But
It's a little better than the Solo movie, I would say.
I would say like Christmas special and Last Jedi were like on par with each other.
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, Eileen says start with Phantom Menace or the Christmas special. Yeah, that'll give you a nice
Yeah, it's a good
foundation.
segue.
Especially the Christmas special.
That's a
You start
solid
with that
foundation.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd start with I just go theatrical release order. Do that.
Got it.
But yeah, so I like this movie. So I guess the biggest criticism I have is not even of the movie, but it's more of I would say the trilogy as a whole. In that, one thing I really disagree with, and I can't believe they went this route, but they didn't have an overarching like roadmap for all 3 films. They basically just approached them as they said, "Hey, hi J.J. Abrams, you make this movie. Hi Ryan." Actually, it wasn't first Ryan Johnson; it was somebody else, and then that guy got fired. And but then so they're like, "Here, you go make this movie," and then they were going to get a third director to make the third one. And so there was no like, there was no idea of like, okay, this is going to be the overarching story, which I think for me that's insane. I can't believe they went that route. I don't think it makes any sense. And so what happened was basically the first movie came out, and I think the first movie, Force Awakens, was well received.
Yes,
I think so, right?
I very much enjoyed Force Awakens, especially because before that, like in the saga sense, it was Revenge of the Sith. Was the last Star Wars.
The prequels trilogy. Yeah.
We saw in theaters, which was just I hate sand, and and
Exactly.
and you have the high ground.
Yeah.
And hello there.
So Star Wars needed somebody
It
to
needed
come
a
in and-
rebirth.
yeah,
It needed a rebirth.
bring it back. And I think for me anyway, I know some people didn't like Force Awakens, but me personally, I really liked it. And so that was like, okay, great. We started a good story. And then Rian Johnson came in with the second film, and it was really controversial. Me personally, I was not a fan. It was, and I know it really divided the fan base.
Well, he tried what they referred to in the Rise of Skywalker as a Haldo maneuver.
So that's a joke to.
I might have to explain that to
I guess you'll have to watch the movie.
Watch the movies
to understand
He
it.
just did some things that I don't know. I feel like they just didn't fit in the Star Wars.
They didn't make a Star Wars movie for Star Wars fans. They tried to make they tried to separate it almost from the rest of Star Wars to try to make it for everyone,
Yeah.
which Star Wars is already for everyone.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, I don't know. For me, it just wasn't. I don't know. We don't need to go into it too much because we could talk about it for hours. But what I will say is that I just wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I
a
was
fan.
But
not
did
a fan.
it subvert your expectations though?
Yeah. So that's a good point, Gio. So here's the thing: a lot of the people a lot of critics like this movie, and the main reason is that they said it subverted our expectations, and that is to say that everything that we thought was going to happen, he
didn't.
He did the opposite.
He did the opposite.
Yeah.
And and actually, I'm glad we brought this up because actually I wanted to address this. Is that so we're kind of having two terms being floated around.
Okay.
One is subverting expectations, and the other is fan service. And lately, there's just been this thing floating around where it's like subverting expectations is good. Fan service, which is just like stuff done for the fans, is bad.
Okay.
And
That's really stupid.
yeah, it makes no sense.
Also, what
That's
defines
really
What
stupid.
defines a fan then?
Yeah.
So, those two terms to me mean, okay, we're either going to make a movie for the people that love all the other movies and are genuinely excited, have bought all the toys, read books, played the games, or we're going to make a movie for people that have never seen Star Wars before. So let's go with the latter option.
Yeah. But the thing is, I will say is that it's not even that. It's like, so we've kind of been saying, yeah, oh, fan service, that's silly. You're just doing that because the fans want it. And subverting expectations, oh, that's cool because nobody wanted it. But what I will say is, both of those things, I would say neither of them are good or bad.
Yeah. It depends on how you do it.
Yeah,
right?
it depends how you do it. It's what makes it good is if the movie itself is good.
If it's actually a good movie.
Yes. And it's like, you can subvert my expectations, but if you made a bad movie, you still made a bad movie. And if you fill a movie with fan service, where it's just a whole bunch of stuff that's only there if you're a longtime fan, it's there. But if you've made a good movie as well, then who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
And so for me, I don't really agree with this idea. And hello to Ali.
Hey, Sapmaz.
Sapmaz.
Hey, man.
I wonder if did I just read some other equivalent of Michael Ock? I don't know.
Well,
but hi,
no.
hello. Shout out to you on D Live. Hi, thank you for tuning in. This is our Star Wars Christmas special. And we're talking about the Rise of Skywalker, which we just watched last night, but we are not spoiling it for anybody.
Which they just watched last.
Yeah, we just watched it yesterday. But so what I'll say is, okay, so again, we're keeping it general. So again, because we just said I wasn't a fan of Last Jedi, they made a lot of choices that I didn't like, and I think a lot of people didn't like. And so there were a lot of times, there were a lot of things that they did in this movie that you could tell they were directly addressing
Yeah.
Yes.
things that happened. They were like, again, we're not giving anything away, but they're like, there are moments when you're like, oh, they're literally being like, oh, sorry, we made a mistake in the last movie. We're fixing it now. And that
There's
was
a lot of people tuning in. Sorry, I just.
yeah, a lot of people tuning in on D Live. Okay, so Ali says, welcome to D Live. Hi, thank you. It's good to be here. Hi, everybody say hi to Ali.
Hi.
And she says she says, I have got a surprise.
And then Adam
Uh-oh.
says, "Hello,
Okay.
Happy Christmas."
That's
I don't know. Hello, Adam. Happy Christmas
Surprise
on
us,
D-Live.
What's
Sapmaz.
what's the surprise,
What's the
though?
surprise?
What is the surprise? Hi, Adam. Shout out to you. Thank you. I'm glad. Oh, and he gave us the super happy face. Thank you. Shout out to you. Yeah, so we saw Star Wars, and yeah, so basically, I would say the only things I didn't, and honestly, I won't even say I disliked them, because I actually, just things that I will say took me out a little bit of the movie, because I was noticing, I was like, oh, that's only there because of this.
Yes.
They did make the choice to address those things. And I will say, like, when those things almost kind of, I almost blame Rian Johnson for those too.
Yes.
I'm like, they wouldn't have had those things in there if they didn't have to do these things. That,
Well,
like,
they couldn't just not address it. Like they were just like, oh, just yeah, we're just gonna forget that stuff.
They had to do something.
Like they had to do
basically,
something, or else people like it just wouldn't. The movie wouldn't make any sense.
yeah.
Like it's still it is still a part of the Star Wars
Yeah.
current trilogy. So like you can't just not include it.
Yeah.
It would be like when spoilers when Luke got his hand cut off in Empire Strikes Back. If he just had a hand in Return of the Jedi and they just didn't
Yeah.
explain it.
And the good thing is, even though they had to extend the movie, obviously, to address those things, it's still not too long. It's like the perfect.
Like they could have
thought
made
it
it.
was.
No,
Yeah,
like
I thought it was
it
good
was a
length.
long movie, but they could have added like a solid 3-4 hours on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How long was the movie?
It must have been over 2
2.5
hours.
Two and a half hours.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
I mean, the thing is, I just,
It didn't feel like.
I didn't
No,
want
no,
it to
it didn't.
end.
I'm just sitting here.
That's fine. I didn't want it
Like,
to end. I liked it
It
so
could have
much.
just kept on going.
I liked it so
Well, like
very
you said
much.
before, they could have made 2 movies, right?
Yeah.
They
I think they
could they
could've.
could have made a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have made a part 1, 2, and 3 trilogy of the final Rise of Skywalker.
Whoa.
Whoa! What is happening?
There's
Allie,
no-
is that the surprise? Oh, I think maybe she shared this. Look at all
Well,
these people saying
welcome
welcome to
to
D-Live.
Oh, hello.
Look at all of you. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you. It's
Thank
so good
you
to
for
be here.
welcoming us to
Thank you for
D-Live.
welcoming.
This
That's
is
a lot
crazy.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
This is so
So
wicked.
for whoever's watching it on D-Live, go to Scott's YouTube channel and
Yeah,
subscribe.
it's already- look at that. Everyone's saying welcome to D-Live.
What's-
Everybody's like.
I'm so
Okay,
confused.
you have to be on your best behavior.
So
now.
okay. I think
Yes, so
what
many
happened.
people.
I mean, I loved The Last Jedi.
No, I think. Whoa.
Scott's in a happy place right now.
Where did they
Very
find these
interesting.
bots?
Look at the chat. The chat's exploding with all these people who are
So
like.
can you guys go to literally youtube.com/scottdionbrown?
We can, but you know, here I'm here on D-Live. That's cool. Hi guys. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you all for
Hello.
tuning in. This is
JT Edge, Pokemon.
There's too many names.
There's a
There's
ton.
so
I
many.
can't read all these out.
What's going on?
Yeah, guys, it's
What's
really
happening?
slow down, so we can say hello to all of you.
That is so cool, man.
Hello.
Look at that. Look at all
It's like
that.
no, that's like a Bob Cratchit moment
That's a lot of
with
people.
with Mr. Scrooge showing
Yeah.
up
The good,
with the
wow.
Christmas
Look
goose.
at everything.
Aw.
What a beautiful Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle.
Christmas miracle,
It's a
guys.
Star Wars Christmas miracle.
Happy
It's
Life
beautiful.
Day.
Welcome, guys. Thank you guys for welcoming us to D-Live. We're so happy that you're. Merry Christmas and thank you very much. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, one thing I would say, you know what I loved about Star Wars, and again, I don't think this isn't really a spoiler because we all. So, for people who don't know, so Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, the actress who plays, she passed away.
What?
Colin.
You broke his heart. Oh,
So,
ow. Ow.
so
Oh.
she passed away.
In the movie.
Well, she passed. Yeah, well, yeah.
In the movie, right?
no.
That's what we're talking
But
about.
she passed away in between
Yes.
2 and 3. They
Yeah.
filmed all of her scenes for Last Jedi, and then in part. Wow, look at all these.
Okay, ignore it. Keep going.
The chat just keeps going.
Just talk.
It's amazing. Anyway, she passed away, and what I will say is, they handled the way, because obviously now they were stuck because her character is alive at the end of Last Jedi, and so what do you do now? Like the actress is the story. She's still alive, but the actress who plays her is dead. And I will say, I think they really, so all they were able to do was they had just like leftover footage, like footage from the previous movies that they had. So they were able to cobble that together and basically try to make a scene.
Oh.
They used, and I think personally they did a good job with it. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
of
well,
that?
like it was a.
I think they did a good job with the tools that they
All
had.
things considered.
Yeah, it was a
Because-
bad situation. No matter what.
Especially because with Last Jedi, Carrie Fisher had passed away. I think even before the movie even released.
Yes.
Yeah, so she had shot all
So
of her
she had
scenes,
shot all of her scenes.
but yeah, before the movie came out. Exactly.
before Last Jedi came out.
Correct.
And especially because in Last Jedi they had a very heart-wrenching scene where they could have given her this final goodbye, but instead
They chose not to.
she chose to fly
Like Superman.
like Superman
Mary
through
Poppins.
space.
Yeah.
Mary
And
Poppins.
they had to just, okay, now I guess we have to deal with this now.
Exactly. And so basically, yeah. So if I'm being honest, like I think what they should have done, and it would have been a bold move, but I think that they should have done is after Carrie Fisher passed away, I think they should have gone back and changed the movie so that
Yes.
she had died in that. Simply because otherwise you're literally creating a situation where we now have to solve this problem in the third movie,
Yes.
which I don't think they should have done. But I will say J.J. Abrams, he did a good job in solving that problem in this movie.
That is
Like,
correct.
Although
It's
some of her scenes, you can kind of tell it's like,
I mean,
okay, it's
that's
you,
the thing,
you
but-
can't get away.
but-
Like it was gonna happen, right?
Yeah, and the thing that I wonder, and actually I was wondering this even not just specifically for the Carrie Fisher thing,
Yeah.
but I'm also thinking like all the negative reactions and all the politics and all the stuff that we've been talking about, like I'm wondering like how are these movies going to age? Like in 10 years, 15 years, when everyone's forgotten about like all of the specifics of like, when people are just watching the movies as movies, I'm curious to see like how are these movies going to be remembered? Like, are people going to be like, why is this weird thing that happens from this movie to this movie? Like, are they going to notice that independent of knowing the context behind the movies? That's something I don't know.
I don't know.
It's again, time will tell. Oh, in fact, I remember one thing I heard. I don't know if it's true or not because I wasn't there. But people are saying when Empire Strikes Back first came out, a lot of people said they didn't like it or they were saying it was dark and too controversial and a lot of this stuff. And now, like,
Now it's said to be the best.
the best
my
one.
favorite.
Star
People
Wars
say
film,
it's
yeah.
the best one. So
I wouldn't know.
now the question is like, are people going to say like the Last Jedi is the best one that's ever? I don't think so.
I will fight you.
I just don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Well, you never know. You
I
never
will
know.
fight you.
You know,
I
that's the
know,
thing.
I know.
You don't know how history is going to remember things. I don't know.
Yeah, like people are actually saying the prequels are like good now. Think of it that
Yeah.
way. Think of the way that worked.
Yeah.
The prequels were not well received
Yeah, when they first
came out.
Yeah.
Um,
Those are the ones that the
due
1, 2, and 3.
to due to I guess sand really.
The sand gets everywhere.
Sand it
it
gets
wasn't just the
everywhere.
sand.
It's coarse.
Yeah. Well, in fact, you know what I will say. You know what I will say. You know what I will say about the prequels. I don't agree with people who are like, the prequels are pretty good. What I will say is that
They're better than The Last Jedi.
well, no, what it is so there are two different problems because so here's the thing is that people don't like the prequels. Here's my problem with the prequels. And what's this here? Norman B says Star Wars is dead. I think the
What
classic.
does that even mean?
I would say the classic Star Wars. I mean, what I will say, Norman B.
I wouldn't say it
He
just
said
because
time to grow
they
up.
just released a new movie yesterday.
Yeah, but
So-
I think what he means is the spirit is not there anymore.
Well,
and
you know,
I will say,
The Force Awakens.
but what I will say, Norman, to you is that I agree with you that original trilogy, there was something special about those films that is not, I think even just modern fans, we just have to acknowledge that time is gone and it's not. You're right, that's gone. That being said, I will say that I do think there are things to like in the newer movies. I think that the new trilogies can be appreciated in their own way, but I think understanding that it's not the same thing is different. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. For me, the problem with the prequels is not the storyline. I think the things that happened in the prequels are actually very well thought out, very well planned, and very interesting. Like the whole political story of like the
Republic and all that kind
all
of
that stuff. Like the whole storyline is thought out well. For me, the problem with the prequels is that
the rest of the movies.
they're not well. No, I think that they're not well made.
Yes.
That the script itself, for me, feels like a first draft writing. The acting feels like he was prioritizing the special effects and the green screen, and like it feels like they just shot all of the scenes. It's like, okay, first take, okay, we
take.
got the lines, moving on.
I like,
Like-
how you're talking to me like I know. What
You
you're
know, I
talking
just
about.
let you know my opinion.
No, like Scott, is there like, and next time, you'll surely be sorry. Next time.
Yeah, I just think the performances aren't good, and also
That's
again,
a direct
I don't even
line
remember that
from the movie.
yeah, and also the special effects in that one don't hold up at all.
No.
Like the special effects from the prequel trilogy, well, they look like, early 2000s computer animation. which looks terrible.
Yeah,
because
nothing actually looked real.
It looks like an episode of Reboot.
Okay, it's not that bad.
Okay, yeah, but it's not much better.
Yeah, you're right. Reboot was better.
You know what I will say?
It was better.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I will say? It looks like a video game. It looks like a video game today. Whereas you look at the effects, the blue screen and green screen effects from the original trilogy, and those effects look better. Because at least the ships you're seeing in that are actually physically there. They're real objects that they filmed.
Yeah.
Right? And so those effects hold up better. So I will say that they don't hold up in the same way. Now, so the prequel problem is, for me, the story is good, the execution is bad. For me, Last Jedi, the execution is great. It's well shot. The movie looks very good. The special effects are incredible. Right? They're as good as anything we have in the world today. But the story itself, for me, is what's the weak point.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the reason people now are like, oh, the prequels weren't that bad. I think it's because people are seeing the choices that were made in the prequels, and they're liking those choices. And they're seeing the choices made in Last Jedi, they're not liking those choices. But it doesn't make the prequels better, because the prequels are so very badly executed.
Yeah, they're just not, like...
They could have been
they're
great.
Entertaining. I've watched them. I definitely haven't watched them, I would say, as much as the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Or even Force Awakens, because Force Awakens, to me, was just... that was a great way of bringing back Star Wars.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. It made me excited to actually see Star Wars again.
Yep. In fact, here I can see, because I know we've got some people in the chats who are
What are they saying, Scotty?
not fans. Well, I mean a bunch of things, but I can see there are people who don't like the new Star Wars at all. And I know the biggest criticism of the new trilogy is that Rey is a Mary Sue, right? As people are like, oh,
What is a Mary Sue?
Yeah, explain that for the audience.
Okay, so a Mary Sue, for people who don't know, a Mary Sue is like... So the original origin of it comes from, I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe the original place it came from is from the Star Trek. They were like comic books and like stories written about Star Trek, but they were kind of like fan stories where like, not fan stories, but like they were like stories made for a younger audience. And the story was that there was this character called Mary Sue, who basically she was like this female character who gets brought in, and she's like, she gets brought into the story, and she's just like, throughout the story, she like does something that's like, oh, hey, I know this, and she calculates something, and like it impresses Captain Kirk, and everybody thinks she's so amazing, and Spock thinks she's smarter than Spock, and she's more so.
She's friends with everybody too.
Yeah,
right?
everybody likes her, and so the story is that she's just this character who comes in, but she doesn't have a real arc. She doesn't have a story. She doesn't have she's randomly super powerful for no reason, and none of that is earned, and that's kind of what a Mary Sue is. And people think that Rey is a Mary Sue, and
Well, I think there's only one reason for thinking Rey was a Mary Sue.
What?
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if people actually saying that she was a Mary Sue after Force Awakens. I didn't pay attention that much at the time, but I don't remember seeing people saying that before Last Jedi came out.
Well, you have to remember, the movie's called The Force Awakens, and it awoke in her.
Well, so here's the thing. So the reason I don't think it was a Mary Sue. So what are the big things that are thrown out? So one, it was that she can like fly the ship and like do stuff. Now here's the thing. I think it makes perfect sense. Growing up on Jakku, working in this scrapyard where she has to harvest
everything,
parts, like ship parts. And we also know that she grew up in a place where there are lots of ships. I don't see any reason why she couldn't have learned how to fly in that environment. The same way Luke, he didn't know how to fly an X-Wing, but he flew his T-16 back home. I feel like Luke...
He used to hit Womp Rats in his T-16.
So that's why I think
they're no bigger than 2 meters.
It's logical to think that Rey and Luke had similar childhoods. I think they probably did.
They did.
And so that's why I think that. One, and so two, what's the other thing? That she's a good fighter. Again, I think growing up on Jakku, I think she probably learned how to fight.
Well, yes.
I think it makes total sense that she learned how to fight. And three, the other thing is about you being able to use the Force. Now, this is controversial, but here's what I believe, people.
You tell them.
Is that she didn't show any real Force abilities until...
the end of the movie.
Yeah, but specifically when Kylo Ren started probing her brain.
Yes.
And I think that happened. So when that happened is when because we saw earlier in the movie, Kylo was probing other people's brains, non-Force sensitive people. And they were like, and it like was, but when he actually did it to a Force sensitive person, we suddenly saw that Rey was able to also probe his brain. So it almost establishes that what's happening here is that he's doing something that is actually kind of dangerous and risky for a Jedi to do.
Yes.
And I think Rey got like a view behind the curtain. And when she saw, I think what happened is it stroked a part of her brain she didn't realize was there. And when he did that, she realized that she could do it too. And it kick-started something.
So it's almost as if Kylo woke up the Force in Rey.
Yes, I think so. And so again, and then again, I guess to address more, again, no spoilers, but I think we find out more about Rey in the third film that, I mean, kind of justifies even more things, but I'm not going to say. So what I will say is, I don't believe Rey's a Mary Sue. If you believe she is, it's fine. It's cool. But, you know, here's what I'll say this. If you liked Force Awakens and you didn't like Last Jedi,
you will like the Rise of Skywalker.
I think you will like Rise of Skywalker.
You'll like the Rise of Skywalker if you actually like Star Wars.
Yes, I think you're right. And
are we done talking about Star Wars?
No, we have about 3 hours more of this.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'll be back.
So non-spoiler review. We liked it. We all liked it. We liked it, and we think you should go see it. And we're probably gonna go see it again. Yeah. Would you guys agree with that?
I would say I want to see it again.
Yeah. Okay. And also, so now moving on, almost moving, not totally moving on, but moving on a little bit. Okay. Michael Ock also asked, "What are our thoughts on The Mandalorian?"
Yes, he did. And
I think The Mandalorian is really, truly created for the broader audience. You know, it's trying to...
Well, I feel like there's a lot of people that have never seen any Star Wars in their life, like Regine, for instance, but can just start watching The Mandalorian and not be confused anything. It's just a new show.
So it's just a new show. So you're caught up, and I'm caught up. Gio, how much of Mandalorian?
I've seen the first episode, and that's it.
And Regine, what have you seen?
I just was forced to watch the last part.
Have you seen the Jar Jar Binks episode?
I like Baby Yoda. He's cute.
Baby Yoda is okay. I think one thing we can agree on is that Baby Yoda
is so cute.
So cute. And guess what? Even in preparation for this. Oh, what did I just do?
Is that Baby Yoda?
So I guess we are off the air now.
Oh, no,
we're good. We're good.
Guys, guess what? You know what? Baby Yoda. Oh. So cute, Baby Yoda.
You okay there, Scott?
I like Mandalorian.
I really do like Mandalorian. I think there's enough. I guess what do they call it? Fan
service.
Fan service.
I think there's plenty of fan service.
There's plenty of fan service. I think when people say fan service is bad, then that just makes zero sense, because why wouldn't you want to keep the fans that
even
are
the casual
supporting
fans,
you,
right? It's like...
and liking and making you make more movies? Why wouldn't you want to appease them?
I agree. Everybody, we have finished.
Scott finished.
We finished the bottle. We have finished the bottle of Captain Morgan's gingerbread spiced rum. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed.
And no, I would agree. Mandalorian is full of fan service.
But, it's very subtle fan service.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? I think it's that if you are, a lifelong fan of Star Wars and you know all the references, then you're going to see things in there that are like, oh, that's... Oh, I remember that.
Even just, sounds.
Sounds, yeah.
But if you're a new fan and you don't notice it...
Then it's just yeah, exactly.
It's just a sound.
Exactly, yeah. So those things will, you'll just hear them and see them and, oh, that's just a thing. And, but it doesn't take away, it doesn't add, it's just there. And I think that's the way to do it.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Baby Yoda is so darn cute.
Full Metal Jacket Bear says Baby Yoda will sell big.
Oh,
that's what's going to sell children's toys. I got to agree.
I don't know if popular. I don't know if it could sell children's toys though, because he's 50.
But he's
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's a fifth, but he's I don't know. He's
so a bunch of kids are carrying around a tiny old man.
Actually.
They actually are carrying around a tiny old man. Ooh, I can taste the rum in this one.
Yeah, because you put all of it.
I did pour a bit more rum in. This is anyway.
But yes, Mandalorian. The I guess we're also just kind of Mandalorian episode 8, December 27th.
Yeah.
It's if you haven't caught up, I do suggest you catch up on it. It's very entertaining.
It's good.
Gives all the fan service. I bought a Mandalorian mask.
Actually, yeah. Wait, but I should address. There are a couple things that I don't like about the Mandalorian.
Boo.
There are. I will point out two things. First one, he walks funny.
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian walks funny, and I want you to go back, watch episode 1 and 2. You tell me he doesn't walk funny. Why does he walk like that? He walks like this.
Maybe he's getting.
Why are you so insensitive to?
So how he walks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you walk. I'm kidding.
He walks
how
funny.
you walk.
He walks funny.
Hey, Scott, pull up the clip of him walking.
I don't have it. I didn't prep that.
Scott!
But he does.
Get your team. Can we get the team?
Full
on
Metal
this?
Jacket Bear says Mandalorian isn't that bad. You're right. It's pretty good. So, but one, he walks funny.
Oh my goodness.
Second thing, episode 4 wasn't very good.
I agree. Actually, the
If
one
you're-
episode
if
I don't
you're-
like is episode 4,
But-
and it was directed by someone else.
Wait, that's the one you don't like?
That's the one I don't like.
You know what it is? For me, episode 4 feels like, and I said this to Taylor before, episode 4 feels like
No,
an
so
episode.
so for the fans of like early or like late 90s, early 2000s like Greek mythical shows, like
Okay.
Episode 4.
Find out who
Hercules.
directed episode 4. Find out.
Well, I don't know.
no,
Just-
we don't
what was
care
wrong
enough
with
about
that?
Because
Say
it
what
was
was
a
wrong with
different
it.
director for
Yeah,
that
well,
episode.
there've been a few
There've
different
been a
episode
few
directors.
different directors.
But episode 4 to me felt like an episode of Xena Warrior Princess.
But you love that show.
Yeah, what's
though.
wrong with
I
Xena?
did, except it felt like I'm like, why are they like the costumes felt? It just felt low budget. They went to this random village. The costumes were they looked like costumes. It just felt for me like a episode of Xena Warrior Princess, and that's not a slight against Xena. Xena was just, it was a different time, much lower budget. This show, I think, is supposed to be on another level. But I will say they really redeemed themselves. Episode 5, it's the only episode. I wouldn't even say it was bad. It was just not nearly as good
It
as the
wasn't your
others.
favorite. We get it.
My favorite episode actually was the last one we just watched.
Yes, episode 7.
Episode 7. Oh my gosh, so sad. So sad. Am I right, Regine?
It was that.
It was sad. Regine's seen that one.
That's the only one I saw.
One thing that I really appreciated in that episode was because I know in Force Awakens you see how a TIE fighter like sits in like the Imperial ship and how it takes off.
Yeah.
But I had never seen a TIE fighter land
Oh
before.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And seeing the TIE fighter land, I was like, oh,
That's how they
it
land?
lands?
That's how they land.
Oh my gosh! Just
That was
like it was like, not if you've seen it, you know what, like
you know
like
exactly what I'm
you know
talking about.
exactly what we're doing.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Mad You Made. Hello. Hi. And also let me say hello again. So shout out to you on D Live. All of you people on D Live, thank you all so much. Your name's shot by so fast in the chat. I think Ali, I can't remember your full name, but Ali was the one who did that surprise. I think he must have done a raid on the channel. So like we got so many viewers tuning in on D Live.
Thank you
Hi
and
guys.
welcome.
Thank you so much. That's so cool. Merry Christmas to you all. But now that it's slowed down a bit, hi Mad You Made. Full Metal Jacket. Star Wars needs a crossover. Star Wars needs a crossover. Crossover with what?
With what though?
What would you want it to cross over?
Like what would you want it to cross over with? That would make sense.
Definitely
like they
not
can't
Marvel.
like. Yeah, you should just have Iron Man show up.
Not Marvel.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
I mean, honestly, I probably would too. But,
Oh, I
still-
definitely would. But like they're like unless they did like a Star Trek crossover.
Yeah.
Or,
Someone
Yeah,
said, someone
you
said
just
with
said
Star
that,
Trek.
with
With Star Trek. I mean, you know what I'll say though. I feel like a lot of the diehard Star Trek fans
Would hate it.
Would not like that at all.
Because Star Trek is more science-based.
Yeah, they're different.
It's more
They're
science-based.
different-
Yeah.
they're different
Yeah.
films.
Star Trek is
Pure
Star Trek is
science
science
fiction.
fiction, or at
Yeah.
least it was before. I think people would. I haven't actually seen the new series, but a lot of people are saying that it's not like the old ones. But Star Trek before anyway was science fiction, and Star Wars is fantasy. That was the big
Yeah,
difference.
yeah,
true.
So, but I mean, honestly, I would watch it. It would be cool. Again, depends who directs it.
Who would
depends
win
makes
though
it.
if they fought? If they both fought each other, who would win?
I think that Star Wars would fight and win against
Well, just because
Star
the
Trek.
Force, right? So that's the thing. So again, it's like it would be like
Star Wars
the
would win in a
Force.
fight.
Well, yeah, because you think it's like if because Star Wars is more like Lord of the Rings than it is like Star Trek, and so like there's basically magic in Star Wars.
Yes.
So you think, okay, Star Trek, they're bringing in their technology and they've got all that stuff, and it's true. But then if you've got somebody with Force powers who can just rip a ship in half or something, will Star Trek be able to answer to
But why
that?
doesn't Star Trek just teleport a bomb onto the Star Wars ship?
Because then they'll just force block it.
What does that mean?
They force block
They
it.
just force blocked it,
They
Gio.
just force block
How do you
it, Gio.
force block teleportation?
You just use the Gio, you use the Force.
You use the force.
You use the Force
Okay,
to block
Well,
it.
and I guess we just settled it right now. I guess Star
Yeah,
Wars
just
wins.
use
Star Wars
Star Wars
wins.
wins.
Star Wars wins against Star
So
Trek.
we
Boom.
well, technically there was. Remember, Family Guy did a Star Wars crossover
They did? Oh, with Family Guy.
with There was a Star Wars Family Guy crossover where they did the entire like original series, and it was quite funny. It was pretty.
It was
good.
quite funny. What was it called? Blue something?
Blue Harvest.
Blue Harvest.
But I think they did like Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi too, didn't they?
I thought they did every.
I thought
Yeah,
they did,
I thought
like,
they
a
did every
trilogy,
movie. They
yeah.
did. They did a trilogy. They did every movie. Well, this was we've been going for like over an hour and a half now. This was a good episode. What do you guys think? I mean, Regine, what did you enjoy
I enjoyed it up till Star Wars.
Did
So you enjoyed the first 8 minutes of the show.
Did you enjoy the entire episode talking about something of movies you've never seen?
I feel like anytime you talk about a movie, I'm just like, whoosh.
That's true.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, Mike Brown says, "What? Fantasy Star Wars isn't real?" I know, it's true. I was surprised too, Mike Brown. I was surprised too.
I was,
It's not real.
but you know.
Should we close it with a song?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's finish off the show. We'll watch You Will Not Say. In fact, let's talk a bit about You Will Not Say. So,
For those that just tuned in, this is Scott's band, Symphony of Nine.
Hi,
they
guys.
are here in studio with us today.
Yeah, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Symphony of Nine. And we're going to show you guys a song that was featured in the official soundtrack to a feature film. And this was this a couple years ago, 2 years ago, maybe a year ago?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
A couple years ago. So
Yeah, something like that.
so people
Between 2 and 10 years ago, I think.
Between 2 and 15 years ago.
it wasn't that okay, but so some people who know, like me personally, I was a big fan of Power Rangers growing up.
Me too.
And I think we all were. There you go.
There.
There you go. So that's
Not
something
growing
fun.
up though, because I mean, you're like
I'm like
20 years
5.
younger
Okay.
than
Yes, absolutely.
Did someone just try to burn us in like a Star Wars language?
what?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
If you
We need to address
comment?
this. What does it say?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. That's fine.
So anyway, Power Rangers. I was a big fan of Star Wars. I'm a big fan of Power Rangers. And so, for people who don't know, the original Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, who played Kimberly Hart.
You had a crush on.
Of course, who didn't? Who didn't? Okay. But so what people don't know is she actually lives in Toronto now, and she ended up living in Toronto because
What is going on over there?
oh yeah, Colin has a lightsaber. Show your lightsaber. Show it. Have we even sewn them? You
Yeah,
brought
we
these.
had,
Sailor
like,
showed
you kind of saw. Like,
Why is Colin's face more red than
Yeah, what? It matches my.
it's because you're a Sith. It's because Colin's a Sith.
There you go.
His face is so red.
Well, especially with the I know. Yeah.
Anyways.
Maybe I should turn the saturation
The
down. a little bit.
lightsaber is not red, which is weird.
Well, it's because it's so bright. Anyway, so Power Rangers. So the original Pink Power Ranger, she lives in Toronto, and now she's actually a filmmaker. And so she made a film, an independent film, but it did quite well. It went into festivals and all this stuff, and it was a film called The Space Between. And I remember a while back she
Yeah, it was a Star Wars fanfic.
yeah. No. So it was a film that she wrote and directed, and she put out a message. I think it was on Twitter originally, and she was just like, "Hi, independent musicians, I've made this film. We're doing the soundtrack. Send me your music." And so I submitted a bunch of songs from Symphony of Nine, and Mad You Made, you're taken off by. Thank you for
Okay,
tuning in.
continue.
She asked for music. I sent in some music, and one of the songs that I sent her was "You Will Not Say."
Okay.
And she picked it. She loved it. She emailed me and she was like, "We like the song. We're going to put it into the movie." And so, yeah, this song is actually in the film. And what was cool is they did a film premiere in Vaughan, I think. Was it in Vaughan? Where was it?
Well, the one that we went to was.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like Richmond Hill or something.
Richmond Hill. So anyway, it was a theater. I think it was in association with the Vaughan International Film Festival. But anyway, it wasn't part of the festival. It was like its own premiere. And she actually invited us to perform. And so Colin and I went to the premiere, and we sang live in the lobby of the premiere. And then we went in and watched the movie. And we went to the after party after, and we got a picture with Amy Jo Johnson, and we got to meet her. And
Now let's see this video.
it was just really cool. So so this is that's the nice preamble to this song, which is a nice little track that we like to call.
Get rid of the track.
Oh yeah, I'll turn down. Good call, Regine. I'm going to turn down the background music, and please enjoy this lovely song called "You Will Not Say."
your worst. Let you be me, let you come first. And now suddenly I'm in your shoes, but holding mine too. And now I see you, show me. There's just too much you will not say. There's just too much you will not do that I do for you. Fair weather friend, you can be kind. The sunshine don't end, and you're warm and dry. But there will be times, rivers will rise, and on those cold nights the lights alone won't warm you. There's just too much you will not say. There's just too much you will not do. There's just too much you will not say. There's just too much you will not do that I do for you. 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 I wish I didn't love you. Days fade into nights, nights into dreams, dreams that can be. And now finally I'm wide awake, no more mistakes. It starts today and there's no way to change tomorrow. There's just too much you will not say. There's just too much you will not do. There's just too much you will not say. There's just too much you will not do. I do for you. That I do for you. That I do.
And we are back. That was You Will Not Say by us, by Symphony of Nine. Yay!
Whoa.
All right, so this has been a good show.
Wait, where can they find that song if they're interested?
Oh yeah, it's on so it's on YouTube. Like both of those videos, Water and You Will Not Say are both on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can check it out there. And it's also on Spotify, both songs. So you can add it to your Spotify playlist. Just search Symphony of Nine.
Hang on. We're on Spotify.
Yes, you are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, everybody. Add us to your Spotify playlist, Symphony of Nine. This has been a lot of fun. Guys.
Yeah, sure.
Guys, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
guys
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you for
Finally.
It was a big. It was a real trek to come down to the studio.
Yeah, I bet it was a
So
long
I'm really
way.
happy
was a
I
long
made
way.
the mission.
Finally having you guys on the show over a year later.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know.
I kept saying, I'm like, when are you getting your band on?
So I guess we'll see you guys next Christmas.
Next Christmas, we'll
I guess
see,
so.
or maybe not. Maybe hopefully sooner.
We'll see you in the
But we'll
next
see.
decade. Don't worry, guys.
But Yeah, and guys, thank you. Everybody on D-Live, thank you so much for tuning in. Full Metal Jacket Bear says, don't mind us poking. D-Live isn't full of zombies. You'll get an organic, real fan base. Yes, I agree, and I love it. Thank you, guys. You know, the chat is super random. There's a whole bunch of opinions, people. Even you, I can tell there are people in there who really hated all of the new Star Wars. They don't like any of it, and I respect your opinion, and I respect you, and I thank you for tuning in. You're allowed to have your own opinions. I am not one of those people who has a problem with people disagreeing with me, even though I think you're friggin' wrong because my opinion is the right one. Deal with it. No, but thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And
yeah, it's like you know, honestly, everyone is entitled to their opinion. That's what we get as a society.
Yep.
Everyone is entitled to their own personal opinion.
We live in the free world.
If you don't agree with ours, you're stupid, and I hate you.
Yeah, exactly. Get out. No. Yeah, thank you guys. We live in the free world. You're allowed to have different opinions, and I value every single one of them. And thank you all, better. I thank you all. What am I trying to say? The rum is setting in, but I do thank you guys all for tuning in. Mm-hmm. And Symphony of Nine, Colin, Geo, Taylor. I know Geo, you're not much on social media. Do you guys want to plug any of your social media?
So you can follow me at Taylor the Brown on pretty much everything but TikTok.
Yeah. Taylor the Brown.
Geo's is at the real.
I don't
Empanada.
have.
No, it's not.
The real Empanada.
The real Empanada.
You made that Twitter account.
That's a live active account.
Years ago.
Does it even still exist?
I'm sure it exists.
It can get quite controversial, but it's good stuff.
And Colin, do you want to plug it?
I don't know what my
so whatever.
I'm good.
If you want, follow Symphony of Nine at Symphony of Nine. The word 9, not the number. You can see some
why
stuff
is it
on
the
there.
number, not? I mean, not the number.
Oh no, here we go.
Because the word is cooler, right?
Because so essentially, when the name was first invented, we it came from the German term "no."
Okay.
Because nine.
Symphony of Nine.
No.
Got it. Why did I ask?
We're not
Why did
a
I
symphony.
ask?
That's the actual word.
That's where the name came from.
Yeah. Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Regine Alaina, or you can follow my pageant journey at Ms. MS Galaxy Canada.
Yep.
Where can they find you, Scott?
Well, Regine, you can find me right here on YouTube or on D-Live or on Twitch at Scott Dion Brown, or find me on Twitter and Instagram on Scott Dion Brown. But I will say my Twitter and Instagram, in a lot of ways, they're just satellites for my YouTube channel. So find me on there. And yeah, D-Live, Twitch, I do come on there every now and again to do some gaming and also to do this show every Sunday. So guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you all so much for watching.
They can also find you at the
Scott,
studio. What's the address of this?
Here's my home address.
So Scott, just because it's rarely available, where could we find Siggy?
Oh yeah, guys, please shout out to.
How was Monday?
Oh yeah, that's right. I played a show with Siggy at the Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto, the legendary Horseshoe Tavern.
Yeah.
So how do you find
awesome.
Siggy music?
Guys, you can find Siggy right here at where is it? Here, Siggy Music.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Siggy Music. There it is.
There you go.
I don't know why it didn't update.
Nice little plug.
Yeah, but yeah, we played the Horseshoe Tavern. It was really awesome and a lot of fun, and it's an awesome venue. And also, the Horseshoe Tavern is right next door to A&W, and they have a hole in the wall. You can like order food from A&W, and they'll give it to you through the wall.
Interesting.
In the Horseshoe. Isn't that great?
That was a great story.
Thanks, guys.
Well, anyways, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
to
you all.
everyone who.
Yeah, go.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. Happy Festivus to everyone who is watching.
Yes.
And yeah, we will see you guys next week for our New Year.
We're so
special.
glad you guys tuned in, and we love you. And yes, I guess that's right. Our New Year special. Our New Year special is coming up.
Who's the special guest for that episode?
We can't tell you.
We can't tell you, but we do have a guest.
Okay.
We do have a guest. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us, everyone, and interwebs. Thank you for watching, and may the force be with you.
May the force be with you all.
Always.
We'll see you all next time. Bye. 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 Hang on, I'll give you guys one more time. Bye. 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 Bye.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Okay, no more eggnog. You guys are cut off.
No more eggnog. Okay, see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.